The ninth sphere, which surrounds everything. And here we'll go down to the Peirush. It's called Galgal HaChoiza. It repeats itself. It surrounds everything. It goes from the east to the west, and it takes everything, all the other spheres within it. The early wise men divided it up into 12 separate parts. Every one of them, they gave it a name. And it's named after the form that you see in it, from the stars which are not in that sphere, which are below it, that they're always underneath it exactly. And those are the astrological signs that their name is. Tle is the lamb, Shur is the ox, Tumim is the twins, Sartan is Cancer, Aryeh is a lion, Sula is a virgin, Maznaim is a scale, Akrib is a scorpion, Keshes is a bow, Yedi is a goat, Dli is a bucket, and Dogim is fish. Now, even though the wise men of Greece divided into 12 parishes as well, but Chazal preceded them. In Shuvas Chavas Yor, we find the places where Chazal discussed the 12 mazolis, the 12 different signs, as we find in the Gemara in Brochus 32b on the Posuk Yeshayahu, V'toim Tzion Zvani Hashem Shorochoni. Zion says that God has left me and God forgot me. Aishlokish says, Knesset Yisrael say before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you left us and forgot us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Biti, my daughter, 12 mazolis I created in the heavens, and none of them were created only for your benefit. Now, there's another Gemara in Moetzes that tells you what affects the world from the signs, and actually explains the order of the 12 signs. And also in different places in the Chazal we find what they mean, such as on the Beis Hamikdash that was destroyed in the Chodesh of that its mazel, its sign was Aryeh. Aryeh is the lion, and the Chazal learned the posuk Ola Aryeh Misubchoi. Lion came up from its lair. Chen al Chodesh Sivan, by Sivan it says that a mazoloi, that its mazel, its sign is twins, because Torah was given. It was given, and we know that the Rambam, on his explanation on Torah, says that the sign of the month of Tishrei is scales. It tells us about the day of judgment, when all the merits and the debits of a person are counted. And in Kinos Tishrei B'Av, we also find all the 12 mazolis. We're learning Perek Gimel Halacha Zayin in Hilchos Yesodei HaTorah. Galgal, the ninth sphere itself, Atzmai, Ein Boi, Loi Chaluka, has no separations, no tzura, no form, shape, Mikol HaTzuras HaElu, of the others, Loi Koichav, and not any star in it, or planet. And we go to the Peirush Lebachiba HaKeichovim, but through the connection with those stars, Shebegalgal Hashmini, which are in the eighth sphere, therefore they seem to be like large stars, that have within it the form of these shapes, oikov man, or close to them. Now, in the past, they used to serve Avodah Zarah they used to worship the different signs, as it says in Malachim, Ve'es ha-mekatrim deval shemesh le'ereach, and those who burn incense to the sun and to the moon and to the stars, and to the signs, to the whole legions of the heaven. I mean, and that's why it is called Akum. What does Akum stand for? Ovdei Kirchovim, those who serve stars and signs. Kirchovim, these are the 7 planets, Mazolos. They are the 12 astrological signs. In the Gemara, this is the disagreement if is the mazel according to the hour or according to the day? Meaning, what causes a person to do certain things? The sign of the day that he was born, or the hour that he was born. Gura explains this agreement, this question. If the 7 planets are the ones that cause a person to be influenced or not, because they correspond to the 7 days of the week, and therefore has to do with the day, or the 12 mazolos have their influence because of the 12 hours of the day or the night, and therefore it's the hour. That's what we say, mazel. La kainu koicha b'shamayim. It was referring to the stars in the heaven, which have influence on man's actions. Now, the wise men of Greek divided the signs in the 9th sphere, that every one is 30 degrees, because, as we said, the 9th sphere encompasses the whole world, so it's 360 degrees. If you divide that by 30 degrees, 12 times 30 is 360. And if you want to say that the sun is also 30 degrees, you can say that it goes through the whole mazel of Tlet, etc. And these 12 signs, they were only exactly in a line of Zman only at the time of the flood, and that's when they brought up these names. So we find the Gemara Shishona. But today, for Savu Ma'at Lefi, they have changed. In other words, their paths have changed slightly. Because all the stars that are in the heaven, that are in the Shmini, which are in the 8th sphere, they go around just like the sun and the moon. They go around with difficulty. And the portion that the sun and the moon go around in exactly the same way in one day the stars that are associated with that portion of the sky will move with them close to every 70 years, meaning that even the stars that are in the 8th level, there's movement, but what the sun goes in one day, they do it in 70 years. And the Shemesh completes its circle in 365 days. Thus, it comes out that every day the sun moves less than 1 degree of what the rest of the sphere is moving, because in a circle there's 360 degrees. If you divide 360 by 365, it's less than 1 day. In order that the 8th constellation should go shorter than 1 day, you need to have 70 years to catch up. And Peirush explains that the early wise men reckoned that all the stars in the sphere, the 8th sphere, they don't move. But the Chachmei Atchuna Achonim, however, the scientists found, later astrologers saw, they do have a movement, but the movement is very slow. And every 70 years, it comes close to being 1 1 degree. Now, according to the order of the astrological signs, and if they stay 1 hour or 2, there's a disagreement between Rashi and Tais, the Gemara Rosh Hashanah, and Machlokes Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yeshua over there. Okay, now we'll learn Perek Gimel Halacha Ches Yesodei HaTorah Kol HaKechov Manirim. All the stars that we can see with the naked eye. Yeshman Kechov Ktanim. We see they have small planets. She'arotz Gedolim Echad Mehen. That the Earth is larger than one of them. Yeshman Kechov Gedolim, and they have very large planets. She'kol Echad Mehen Godol Min Ha'oretz Kama Pa'amim. Each one is larger than the Earth many times. And when the Peirush and the and the Earth is larger than the moon, like 40 times. The sun is larger than the Earth, like 170 times. Nimtza, therefore, the Yereach is Echad is one portion of Beisheshes Halofim of 6,000 Ushmeina Meis. And 800 parts min hashemesh b'kiruv of the sun approximately. And none of the planets are larger than the sun. But and they're not smaller than these than the planets that are in the second sphere. Chazal tell us in Psachim 94a that all that exists under all of existence is actually under one star, because a person puts his eyes on one star and he goes to the east, it's still there, he goes to anywhere, he'll be under that star at that time. Mashur writes that it would seem that the proof is even the smallest of the planets that are in the sphere of the signs that are above the 7 levels of the planets. Shash points out that according to the Gemara, it would seem has a deeper meaning and a different intent.